Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter development course brought to you by Newton School. My name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I am currently working as a Flutter developer at Alehoop, Sweden, and I have worked as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Apart from that, I have also worked as a Flutter developer intern at a firm named AppScript, and I am also an educator and instructor on Udemy and Edunix, where my Flutter development courses have more than 40,000 plus enrollments, so you can check them out as well. Now, talking about what Newton School is. So Newton School basically is a platform that helps you to learn and develop the skills that you need for your best tech career. They have courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals, and for women with no prior experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer. They are also having a tie-up of more than 300 plus great companies who hire directly from Newton School. So once your training is complete, Newton School ensures that you are placed with one of the best companies in the country. They are also having a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until and unless you are placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. So that's pretty exciting. Apart from that, they are also having another amazing initiative known as Launchpad, where they are providing you with some of the courses for free of cost, and you can complete those courses and learn the skills which are taught in them. Along with that, you'll also be getting a certificate of completion. That's another amazing thing which they are doing for you free of cost. So make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So for this video, I'll be starting with the project setup. That is the thing which we are doing from the past few videos. And in the project setup, I'll be showing you how you can set up the project inside your Firebase console. And as it is the Facebook authentication thing, so we need to set up some things in the Facebook developer profile as well. So we'll be doing that as well. So make sure to check out the video till the end. And in the second half of this video, I'll be showing you the implementation of how you can add the code for Facebook sign in and sign out inside our Flutter application. So yeah, let's start with the thing. So herein I'll be closing this and we'll be moving towards my project that is present inside the console. So I have already added the Android project over here. So if you don't know how you can add the Android project over here and how you can set up the Google services.json file inside your Flutter application, so you can check out my previous videos. I have already explained you how you can create the project, the complete walkthrough for the Firebase dashboard which we are having and all the services which it provides, and the implementation of email sign-in and the Google sign-in. I have already covered those as well, so you can check the previous videos out. Now moving towards what I am going to cover in this video. So for this we'll be going to the authentication part, and under that we'll be switching to the sign in method. From here I'll be choosing add new provider and I'll be clicking on Facebook from here. If I am enabling Facebook from here, I need to add an app ID and an app secret key over here. So we need to generate these both things. So for getting both of these, we need to open a new tab and search Facebook_Firebase _auth package, and it will be providing us with the very first link. Clicking on it, here you can see that we are provided with the link for the complete documentation. So let me open the documentation from here, and we need to set the things up for the Android project. So I'll be clicking on Android installation, and the very first thing which we need to do is we need to create an app inside our Facebook developer profile. So I'll be clicking on the link which is provided, that is go to Facebook login for Android quick start. From here in, if you are not logged in, it won't be showing you an option to create an app or like to select your app which is already available. So let us wait for this to load and I'll see if it is logged in for me or not. So you can see over here, for me it is already logged in and it is showing me various different available options. For you, if it is not logged in, it will be providing you with an option for login in, and once you will be clicking on it, you need to directly sign in from your Facebook account. If you don't have one, you need to create one, and later on you will be transferred to this particular page where you can select from a particular project which you have already worked on, or you can create a new app over here. So for me, I'll be creating a new app by clicking on the create a new app button. So I need to select an app type from here. So I'll be selecting a consumer app over here. If you are having an app which is of some other category, so you can select that from here. But for me, like it is a consumer product, or like I am showing you the implementation for the thing. So I am selecting consumer and clicking on next. Once I am clicking on next, I need to add the display name. So I'll be adding a demo app as a display name, and you need to add your contact email. For me, like it's already added over here, So I am not going to change it because this is the email ID which I generally don't use, so that's why I have added it over here. And you can also add the business manager account if you have one. So you have various different pages available on Facebook, so you can add from there. And you can click on the create app button over here, and I need to verify by entering my password. So once you have verified, it will be taking some time and will be then opening another page for you where you can add the things for your particular project. So you can see that we are already provided with this app ID, and another thing which we need over here is the app secret. So I need to see from where I can find this app secret. I guess I need to set up the Facebook login over here. After which most probably it will be providing me with the app secret. Until then I can add the app ID over here. And I am adding the Facebook login for the Android project, so I'll be selecting Android. I need to download the latest Facebook SDK. Clicking on it, so it will be downloading the things from here. So if you will be going to the documentation, it is showing you that you need to skip the step 2, that is downloading the Facebook app, and you need to skip the step 3, that is integrating the Facebook SDK. You need to edit the resources and the manifest and add this config inside your Android project. So we'll be doing that. I guess we need to skip this step, import the Facebook SDK, that is. So from here you can see that we need to add the things inside our manifest file. So I'll be opening this particular value string file from here inside my project level, inside my project directory, and let me show you the screen as well. So here you can see that I have opened the project from here, and inside my Android directory I need to see the directory which I need to go, app source main res. So source main res directory, and from here I need to open the values, it's values only, and I need to create a string.xml file because string.xml file is not existing for me. So I'll be creating one inside this values directory only. So strings.xml, copying the code, pasting it over here, and inside that I guess I need to remove this your app ID, and I need to add it with replace it with my app ID. So app ID is the one which I copied from here, and I'll be opening it again, pasting it, and here in FB your app ID, saving it again. So I've added that. Now I need to open the Android manifest.xml file. So that's present over here. Let me enlarge it a bit. So that's present over here, and inside that we need to add the following metadata elements: an activity of Facebook and an activity of intent filter for Chrome custom tab inside the application. So we need to add that as well. So I'll be adding a metadata thing, copying it, and after this metadata I'll be adding it. So herein you can see that it has in the example which it is showing, so it has added it over here just before the Flutter embedding, and I have added it just after that, so I don't think that should cause any problem. And after that we need to associate our package name and the default class with our app. So let's move towards the next step for doing that. And herein I guess I need to copy the package name and the default activity class name for this from our project. So I'll be going towards the main Android manifest file, and will be copying the package name. The package name would be coming over here, and we need to add the default activity class name as well. So for the second thing, that is the default activity class name, I'll be selecting this android.name from here and will be pasting it, clicking on save, continue. And the next thing which we need to do is we need to add the release key hash for our app. So we need to add it over here, and it is showing us the options of how we can create the keys over here. So you need the key and certificate management tools for the JDK, and open SSL window and run this command to generate the keys. Now for generating this key hash, what we need to do is we need to first open the SSL and download it for our project. And if you already have the SSL available inside your like Windows system, then you don't need to download it. But for me, like, I don't have this open SSL available, so I have downloaded it over here. I'll be showing it in the folder, and a folder should open for me, or I can directly go to downloads, cut this open SSL from here and paste it on desktop. It's taking a bit longer to. Yep, so it is copied over there, and let me open my desktop and find where I have pasted it. So it is present over here. I'll be extracting the this particular zip file over here only, and it has created this particular files for me. So let me delete those files from here and let's extract it inside another file or another directory, so that we can later on specify the location for the bin. So SSL extract, now extract here, and the files are extracted over here. Now we need to open our command prompt, and it has opened the git command prompt. I need the simple command prompt, that's this one. And from here, the dashboard which we are having, we are provided with the command over here. So I need to copy the code for the Windows, that is for the testing purpose only. I'll be pasting it, and it is saying that it does not recognizes the key tool command. So I guess I need to go inside that particular directory where I have the JDK available, the Java JDK. So I need to go inside the local disk C in the program files, Java JDK, and inside this bin I'll be typing cmd over here, which will be opening the command prompt for me and will be pasting the command. So you can see over here that now it says the system cannot find the specified path. So we need to change some paths over here. Starting with, we need to change the username. So I'll be deleting username from here, and we'll be adding the username for my system. Now we need to change the path to open SSL for these both. So from where we can find this path, just now we have extracted the particular directory for SSL, so we'll be going inside that, and herein you can see that we need the path before the bin. So I'll be copying this from here and will be replacing it inside this. So just before this bin, pasting it, and herein as well doing the same thing. And when I'll be clicking on enter, it will be asking me to provide a password, and the password is basically password itself. When you will be clicking on enter, it will be providing you with your key, which I will be copying and will be pasting it over here, clicking on save, continue, and next it will be providing us with an option of enabling single sign on for our app. So herein it is saying no. So basically this is if we are turning this on, or like if we are checking it as yes, so it will be like enabling us to launch our app with the help of the notifications which we are getting. So for now I am clicking it as I'll be leaving it as no only, that's the default, and we'll be clicking on next. So next we are provided with this option where we have already completed the string.xml part. Next I need to add my internet permission, so I'll be adding it inside the Android manifest file. So herein, after this, pasting the internet permissions, and next we need to add the metadata. So let me check if we have already completed this particular step. So herein before the activity, Facebook Flutter embedding is present, and we have added Facebook SDK and application ID, and that's ending at this particular protocol scheme. So we have also added that. So clicking on to the next step, and now it is providing us with an option that we can add our package name and the login app activation. So I am directly clicking on next, next again. I don't need to register a callback, so next, next, and back. So these are all the steps which we need to go through to set up our Android project, and now we need to get our secret key as well. So I'll be clicking on settings and then basic. From here in, it will be providing me with an option where I can see my secret key. So I'll be clicking on show, entering my Facebook password, submit, and it is showing me the key. I'll be copying it from here, going back to my Firebase console, pasting it, clicking on save, and you can see that the Facebook has also been enabled for us. Now the only thing which is remaining for us is that we need to go back to our code editor and start implementing the code for the Facebook sign-in inside our Flutter application. So I'll be using the similar project which I am using from the past two videos, in which I have already shown you the implementation of the email sign in and sign up, and for the Google sign in and sign out already. So I'll be using that particular project only to continue with this implementation of the Facebook sign in and sign out as well. So yeah, let me switch my screen and let me start the recording again. So here you can see that I have opened the screen and have opened the app as well, which we were working on in the previous video. So in the previous video I have shown you the implementation of the Google sign-in inside our Flutter application, which you can directly add from scratch. So we have implemented that thing inside our this particular Flutter app, and in the previous video I have shown you the implementation for the email and password sign in and sign up, along with which you can check if the user is signed in or not and click on sign out to make the user log out from the app. So we have completed these particular authentication methods which are available in Flutter. So in this video, as I have already shown you the implementation of the Firebase things from the dashboard, which you need to add to make your Firebase authentication work in Flutter. So let's now continue with the code part, and let's add the things which are needed inside this particular app to make Facebook authentication working over here as well. So before starting with the code thing, I need to tell you about few things which I have corrected from the previous what I have added. So earlier I already showed you that we need to add this string name and this particular Facebook ID and the Facebook protocol over here. But now I have added the app name as well, which is basically the particular name for the app which you have added. And apart from that, enclosing it under the resources, and XML version and encoding is also added over here. Another thing which I have changed over here is that earlier I added this particular things related to Facebook under this metadata. So I have now removed them and have added them above this metadata, and after this activity is ending, we have this metadata which is available by default inside our Android manifest.xml file. So yeah, these are the two changes which I have done majorly once I stopped recording and started recording again. So now let's start working on the implementation of the Facebook authentication thing, for which I need to create another file with the name of Facebook sign in. So let me create that quickly, and under this lib Facebook sign in dot herein we need to import the material.dart file at first. And now we need to add the Facebook auth package as well. So for Google, we added the Google _ sign in package. For Facebook, we have Flutter _ Facebook _ auth. So I'll be searching space package, package name space package, clicking on the first link, and under the installing, I'll be copying the code for that, going to the pubspec.yaml file, pasting it here, hitting Ctrl S, going back to the Facebook file, the Facebook sign in .dart file, and here until it is being fetched, I can add the stateful widget. So STF, and it is taking some time for showing me with the suggestion. Facebook screen, or I can add Facebook sign in screen. That would be making much more sense. And after that, for this particular build statement of this, I can copy the code from the previous login file for the Google sign in. So I'll be copying a code for from that. But before that, let me create this is loading variable, which we had there as well. And after that, I'll be going to the Google sign in, copying the is loading part code from there only, or the return statement for this build, I'll be copying that from there. Coming back to this Facebook file, replacing this particular container with is loading, and herein we need to create the Firebase services. So for now what we are doing is we are having this is loading variable, and on the basis of this variable's value we are returning either a circular progress indicator or this particular container. So yeah, here you can see that I need to add this Firebase services thing as well, through which we'll be like having the particular login with the Facebook availability inside this particular screen. So I need to add the class Firebase services after this Facebook sign in screen is ending. So class Firebase service, herein we'll be creating the functions as we did for the previous Google sign in thing. So future, and here this time we'll be returning the user credential in place of what we returned over there, and the name of it would be sign in with Facebook, which takes context is async, and apart from that it will be returning the things that after which this error would be going away. But for that we need to create some variables. One would be the login result, which will be having the name as login result only, and it will be equal to await Firebase auth instance and login. So Firebase auth, it's taking some time to show the suggestion. So instance dot login. After this we'll be having an OAuth credential, so that would be another variable which we'll be creating. And it will be having the value as Facebook authentication provider, and from that we'll be getting the credentials. So Facebook auth provider dot credentials, and we need to pass the access token over here. So for this access token we'll be getting the value of it from the login result. So login result dot access token null check dot token, and above I am getting an error inside this login, so let me see why it is showing. So Firebase auth, by mistake I have added Firebase auth. I need to add Facebook auth over here. So now the error has also gone away. Now we can print the auth credentials, but I don't think it's necessary to print the things over here, as we'll be like having a snack bar which will be displayed. So for the snack bar I can go back to the sign up screen and copy it from there, because we have already implemented it inside those screens, so we don't need to add the code again and again. Just copy it and paste it, change the text, signed in with Facebook, and it will be displaying the snack bar, and later on we can return the things which is the user credential, which is basically the return type we need to make over here. So return Firebase auth dot instance and dot sign in with credential, and for the credentials we can pass the OAuth credentials which we have above, and this will be returning the user credentials automatically in from wherever we are making a call for the same. Next we need to add the sign out with Facebook thing. So again we'll be having a future and void as we had it previously. So sign out with Facebook, which takes a context again. So the reason why we are taking a context is because we have this snack bar which takes a context, so that's why we are adding it over here. And this will be basically Facebook auth dot instance dot sign out, or I guess log out if it's not showing the sign out thing. And now we can show the scaffold messenger, or we can show the snack bar with the help of scaffold messenger, and signed out with Facebook, and it will be displaying us with that particular thing. Now we can move towards our try and catch block, which is present inside the elevated button. So here we are initiating the services, the Firebase services, which is basically from this particular thing, And after that, once these are initiated, what we can do is, rather than calling this sign in with Google, we can call sign in with Facebook now, and this will be then displaying us with the sign in option for logging in with Facebook. And we have to pass the context as well. Hitting Ctrl S, hot reload will take place, and I'll be going back to the home page file, copying this text button and pasting it, changing Google sign in to Facebook sign in, changing this to Facebook sign in screen, and hitting Ctrl S. Now the reload will be taking and some libraries would be updated accordingly, and we are displayed with the Facebook sign in button as well. Now when I'll be clicking on this Facebook sign in button, it will be taking me to another screen which is saying sign in with Google. So let me fix this as well. Sign in with Facebook. Yep, and this is a pretty big button which is available for us. When I'll be clicking on this sign up in with Facebook button, it will be loading a circular progress indicator, and it will be opening the Facebook thing for and then it will be opening the Facebook authentication thing for us. So here you can see that as I have already logged in with my Facebook account inside this particular browser. So it is saying that you previously logged in the demo app with Facebook. So demo app is basically the name which we added inside our Facebook dashboard when we were creating a Facebook project in the Facebook for Developers screen. So that's basically that, and you can change it from there as well. You are not logged in with a Facebook account, then it will be providing you with an option to either create an account or log in with an account if you already have one. For me, as I have already logged in, so it is saying that I can directly click on continue or click on cancel to go to the previous screen again. And when I'll be clicking on continue, it will be like logging me inside this particular Facebook thing and taking me back to the app. So after a successful login from the Facebook authentication, what is happening currently is that we are displayed with this circular progress indicator, which is like an infinite scrolling one, and it's rotating again and again because we haven't handled the state over here such that what should occur once the login is taking place. So for checking if the login is successful or not, we can check the login result and check the status for it. So I'll be printing the login result over here, and the status of it, hitting Ctrl S. So that reload is taking, and I'll be going back to the screen where we have all the options for login available. Now clicking on the Facebook sign in again, clicking on this button, it will be opening the Facebook login screen for us, where I can click on the continue button and directly log in inside the Facebook demo app. And as you can see that the continuous rotating of this has started. But if we take a look at the login result, so where it is here, you can see that it is displaying us that OAuth credits are login status dot successful. So that's the print statement which we have added inside this. So no, that's the thing from the previous print statement. Here you can see that it is displaying login result and login status dot success, which means that our login was successfully executed and the user has been now logged in with the Facebook thing. We can also confirm this by going back to our these particular options and clicking on sign out and check, and hitting the check user over here, which will be providing us that the current user is having a display name as Harsh Khatri and the email verified is false. Apart from that, one big thing which you can use to check this is that the photo URL which we are getting is from facebook.com. So that's basically a very good thing to check if the user is logged in with Facebook or not, because we are getting its the user's profile, the photo URL as well inside the current user data. So yeah, this was pretty much it for this video, where I have explained you how you can implement the Facebook authentication inside your Flutter application. In the first half of this video, I explained you how you can configure the things for the Facebook developers page and how you can add the Facebook authentication thing in the Firebase console or the Firebase dashboard. And in the second half, we have seen the implementation of the things in the code part. So this was pretty much it for this video. If you got to learn something new from this video, then make sure to drop a like. Comment down below what you think and what you would love to see in the upcoming videos. Share this video with the people in your community who want to learn Flutter, and subscribe to the channel to get all the latest updates related to a new video being posted every alternate day. Make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description as well. And yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.